Well, listen for 20 seconds and stop talking, and I'll try to educate you, okay? You sound like a right-wing radical. You want to call people left-wing radicals. You sound like a right-wing radical. Name me one time he's ever
Donald Trump is not perfect. You're not going to find you're barking up the wrong tree. You're not going to find me saying that Donald Trump is perfect.
I never wanted you to. Of course, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. I think
it seems like you want me to say that Trump is
perfect. It just, you're attacking the left, and I'm asking you if you're capable of criticizing
I'm
Donald
attacking
Trump.
the far left. Yes, I think that Trump should never have said that flag burning should be illegal. I don't think he should have banned bump stocks. I don't think there are a whole plethora and body of things.
So of all the things that he's done, you're upset that he banned bump stocks?
To be clear, I'm not. You sound like you're a Democrat. I'm not criticizing Democrats.
I'm an independent.
Okay, fine.
Yep.
It sounds like you're an independent who's more sympathetic to the Democrat side.
No, I'm not sympathetic. Right? I'm not sympathetic to 34-count felon adjudicated rapists. That's what. Yeah.
Right. So what's the burden of proof in civil court, Brian?
Sure. So he was found. I'll answer that.
No. What is the burden of proof?
I'm going to answer it the way I want to. So he was found liable, not criminally. There are 25 women that have accused Donald Trump of sexual assault or rape, including his ex-wife in court documents in a deposition, which maybe you're not aware of. This is the same guy. Hold on. I'm giving you a list of things. I'm giving you a list.
51%. 50-50. You might have done it.
Okay. Forget about the burden of proof for a moment. Here's the bottom line.
The burden of proof matters.
Okay. Here's what also matters. Okay. He is a liable sexual abuser, proven in a court. He has 25 women.
Proven in a court. He was held liable in a court. There is a difference. Proven means beyond a reasonable doubt, which did not occur.
Okay, so if you don't think with the 25 women that have come forward, and you're not, now you sound like a right-wing radical.
Piece of evidence. Okay. Tell me, what was the primary piece of evidence in the E.G. Carroll case?
So here's the thing. We both don't know. I'm answering. I'm answering. We both don't know, but the jury did.
No, I do. The primary piece of evidence in the E.G. Carroll case was the fact that he said that he'd never seen her before, and then they found a picture that she took with him. So right? I get people come up to me all the time who want to take pictures with me, right? Now imagine you're one of the most famous billionaires on the planet. Now imagine how many people take pictures with you and you forget that they ever existed, right? That was the primary piece of evidence in the E.G. Carroll case.
So you didn't see all the evidence. The jury did.
Civilly liable.
You didn't see all the evidence.
I read the court case. Okay. You haven't.
You didn't. Actually, I did, and you haven't seen all the evidence. But here's the point.
You clearly haven't, because you couldn't name the primary piece of evidence in the case.
I couldn't name the primary piece of evidence, so that means that the jury got it wrong, and he never met E.G. Carroll and never abused her. Okay, what about all the other 25 women that have come forward, including his ex-wife? He's never.
Has he been convicted for any of those?
Didn't ask you that. I asked you, what about the 25 women? Are they lying?
Have come forward and dropped their accusations.
Okay, didn't ask you that.
Yes.
Didn't ask you that. His ex-wife, who has since passed away, was under oath in a deposition and said that Donald Trump raped her. She is deceased now. Donald Trump is the guy who bragged about sexual assault. Donald Trump is the guy who had sex with a porn star. He had sex with a. This is the guy. So what? Okay, well. See, it's called, to me, I want somebody with a moral compass running the country. Clearly you don't care.
You think like do you think porn is bad? Are you willing to condemn porn on your radio show right now and say that
you're comparing,
porn stars aren't deserving of sex?
Okay, so first of all,
moral compass?
That is a ridiculous thing that you just said.
You just said he had sex with a porn star. I want somebody on my show with a moral compass. Do you think porn stars aren't deserving of sex?
Okay. Saying that porn stars aren't deserving of sex might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I can tell you why I said that.
But why is it so bad that Trump had sex with
Well, listen for 20 seconds and stop talking, and I'll try to educate you, okay? You sound like a right-wing radical. You want to call people left-wing radicals. You sound like a right-wing radical. The guy had unprotected sex when Barron was getting born. He paid her $130,000 in a non-disclosure. This is a guy who's been unfaithful to every woman in his life. He bragged about going into teenage locker rooms when he ran beauty pageants of teenage women when he didn't have the authority to go in there. Would you like to defend that as well, or do you need more burden of proof? He said it on the Howard Stern show.
Cheating is bad. I fully condemn cheating on your wife, right? But again, like I tend to align with the president's policies.